I'm Rayasi from Class 8A. Today, I'm here to deliver a part of the speech, The Harvard Spring by Sarah Abshar, given at Harvard's commencement in 2014. When I first got here, someone told me, if Harvard shut its gates, it could be its own country, just like the Vatican. As I walked through this place every day for the past 4 years, I was struck by how true this idea was. I saw it everywhere. The Harvard nation. I saw it in the big and obvious things. We had our own version of the Statue of Liberty, the John Howard statue, our own embassies, the Harvard clubs of Boston and London, a tax collection agency, the Harvard Alumni Association, and an endowment larger than more than half the world's countries' GDPs. But I saw it not just in the hard structures, but more importantly, in its invisible institutions. Its invisible scaffolds around and undergirding the hard institutions. I saw it in the quarreling columns of the Crimson newspaper. Its kung fu fights of ideas and lively student debates with the potency to propel policy changes by the next morning spring. I saw it in our cluttered bulletin boards bustling with life. My parents' countries were places where institutional dysfunction killed off social dynamism and vibrant productivity, and so I felt acutely here the value of civil society and living, breathing institutions. My time here would give me a working model of the better world. Not only that, but that sense of empowerment to change things. I too had the power to shape history and not just be passively shaped by it. That sense of infinite possibility we have as children to think big and conquer great things was returned to me here. A less despotic version of it. But what seemed intractable problems of the world became opportunities for me, for us, to change things. Arab-American author Rhonda Girard pictures inhabiting a new place as running barefoot with the skin of our feet collecting sand and seeds and rocks and grass until we had shoes made of everything we picked up as we ran. And running through the Harvard yard over the past 4 years, the skin of our feet collecting a world of experiences. We each become this place, in a strange way. Each of us picking up bits of people and history and ideas that changed the way we saw the world. Accumulations I hope we will continue to wear on our souls and leave a footprint of all the best we took from Harvard Yard on our new destinations. And that's why I am hopeful for the future. I am hopeful because of the founding mothers and founding fathers of revolutionary ideas like these being launched into the world, who will make of its institutions, its constitutions, its art houses, its hospitals, something better. We've heard a lot in the news about an Arab Spring. This graduation is sending 6,000 revolutions into the world, in the 6,000 revolutions graduating as a part of class of 2014. Revolutions not in arms but in minds, more powerful and permanent and pervasive. For this isn't a Ukrainian revolution or an Arab Spring, but a global revolution. This is the Harvard Spring of 2014. This is the Harvard Spring. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sandra Briston of Class 8A. Today I'm going to present a speech delivered by Muniba Mazari, the Iron Lady of Pakistan. I hope that you will get inspired. They see my disability, I see my ability. They call me disabled, I call myself differently able. There are some incidents that happen in your life. Those incidents break you, deform you, but they mold you into the best version of you. The same thing happened to me. I was 18 years old when I got married. My father wanted me to get married. Just about after 2 years of getting married, I met a car accident. Somehow my husband fell asleep and the car fell into a ditch. He managed to jump out, saved himself. I'm happy for him. But I stayed inside the car and I sustained a lot of injury. 3 vertebrae of my backbone were completely crushed and I got paralyzed for the rest of my life. I finally ended up in a hospital where I stayed for 2.5 months. One day, doctor came to me and he said, "Well, I heard that you wanted to be an artist but you ended up being a housewife. I have a bad news for you. You won't be able to paint again because your wrist and your arm are so deformed you won't be able to hold the pen again." Next day, doctor came to me and said, "Your spine injury is so bad, you won't be able to walk again." That day, I was devastated. I asked my mother, "Why me?" And that is where I started to question my existence, that why am I even alive? And that is where I realized that the words had the power to heal the soul. My mother said to me, "This too shall pass. God has a greater plan for you. I don't know what it is, but He surely has." And in all that distress and grief, somehow or the other, those words were so magical that they kept me going. We all have fears. Fear of unknown, fear of losing people, fear of losing health, money. We want to excel in career. We want to become famous. We want to get money. We're scared all the time. So I wrote down one by one all those fears and I decided that I'm going to overcome those fears one at a time. People think that they will not be accepted because we in the world of perfect people are imperfect. So I decided instead of starting an NGO for disability awareness, which I know will not help anyone, I started to appear more in public. I started to paint. I became the National Goodwill Ambassador for UN Women Pakistan and now I speak for the rights of women children. Every time when I go in public, I always smile. It's always a big judy smile on my face and people ask me, "Don't you get tired of smiling all the time? What's the secret?" I always say one thing, that I have stopped worrying about the things I have lost, people I have lost. Things and people who are meant to be with me are with me. And sometimes somebody's absence makes you a better person. Cherish their absence. It's always a blessing in disguise. Live your life fully. Accept yourself the way you are. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. I repeat, be kind to yourself. And only then you can be kind to others. Love yourself and spread that love. Life will be hard, there will be turmoil, there will be trials, but they will only make you stronger. So when you accept the way you are, the world recognizes you. It all starts from within. Thank you.